Everyone assumes Veo 3 is the pricier pick, and that's only half true. Kling is now on version 3.0, and Veo 3 is shipping as 3.1, and both changed enough this year to shake up the price and the feature list. ADD proof here: number of test generations run, hours spent testing, or specific projects. Both tools were used on, and some of what came back goes against what most comparisons still say. Get the price part wrong here, and you either pay double for features you don't need, or you run out of credits halfway through a project. Test 1. Output quality. Pick the wrong tool here, and you're either stuck re-rolling generations for an hour, or handing a client a clip that reads, obviously, fake the second it hits the screen. On the numbers side, Kling 3.0 leads on temporal consistency, meaning it keeps the fewest visible artifacts on human subjects across a 10-second clip, according to community testing. Veo 3.1 trades a touch of that sharpness for a more filmic look, stronger color grading, and natural motion blur that plenty of creators describe as more cinematic. One thing trips up a lot of the comparisons still floating around. Kling picked up native audio back in February, generating synced dialogue, sound effects, and lip movement in 5 languages with accent and dialect options. The old claim that only Veo can do sound is flat out wrong now. If you've run generations on either platform recently, drop a comment on which one's motion has looked cleaner to you. Kling wins the technical consistency, Veo wins the cinematic feel, and neither one cancels the other out. Call this test a tie because each tool wins a genuinely different thing. Quality's basically a wash, so the next test decides who actually gets you there faster. My name is Brian, and I'm in these tools 12 hours a day, so you don't have to be. Test 2. Generation speed. When you're iterating on a prompt for the 10th time trying to land one usable clip, slow generation turns a productive afternoon into a wasted one. Kling's Standard and Pro tiers are reported as the fastest among the premium quality options for a given clip. Kling backed that up in June by shipping a turbo variant built specifically for faster, cheaper generation. Veo 3.1 does have fast and light modes that return a 5-second clip in roughly 30 to 60 seconds, but that speed comes from dropping to a lower quality mode. It's not a like-for-like match against Kling's standard speed at full quality. That puts Kling up 1 on the scoreboard, Veo still at 0 with 1 tie sitting from test 1. One of the biggest problems I run into when using AI agents is turning their output into YouTube content I can actually use to market my product. That's why this video is sponsored by Subscriber, a tool that helps business owners connect their AI agents to YouTube and market their products without spending 10 hours every week creating content. You can connect Claude or ChatGPT directly to Subscriber. It then analyzes your business, website, and YouTube channel to help you create SEO-optimized video ideas, scripts, thumbnails, and even complete videos that actually match your brand. What I like most is that every week, Subscriber gives me a list of high-potential video ideas I can immediately execute, and it can even help edit videos for me, with or without my face, including videos like the one you're watching right now. It's easy to get started, and you can try Subscriber for free using the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Being faster doesn't mean much if it also costs more, and that's exactly where this goes next. Test 3. Pricing and credits, the one everyone actually clicked for. Pick the pricier option without knowing why, and you either overpay every month or you hit a credit wall in the middle of a project. Kling's free tier hands out 66 credits a day. Its standard plan runs about $10 a month for 660 credits, dropping to roughly $6.60 a month if you commit to a full year upfront. Veo 3, accessed through Google AI Pro, costs $19.99 a month, and the full Veo 3.1 experience with audio sits behind Google AI Ultra at $249.99 a month. Veo costs more everywhere you look. Veo isn't fully paywalled anymore either, which corrects another claim that's still going around. Google Flow started giving non-subscribers 50 free credits a day back in July. It's just that a single quality mode generation there burns 100 credits in one shot. On raw entry price and free tier generosity, Kling is still the cheaper way in. Price is one thing, but if your characters change faces every third shot, you're not saving money, you're reshooting. That's Kling up 2 on the scoreboard, Veo still at 0, 1 tie. Stick with me, because the last 4 tests are where this decision actually flips. Test 4. Style control and consistency. Inconsistent characters or props between shots means you can't actually cut together a real sequence. You end up with a pile of disconnected one-off clips instead of a story. Kling's Elements system lets you build a reusable character, product, or asset and carry it across generations, and in independent testing, Kling 2.6 held 90% character consistency across 3 clips. That's a real number, not a marketing line. Veo 3.1 added an ingredients to video feature that lets you reference multiple images at once. Its consumer app still leans on prompt writing and scene continuity, though, rather than a dedicated consistency system like Kling's. Whether Veo has anything left really depends on where you're even allowed to use it in the first place. Kling takes that one too, which puts the score at 3 for Kling, 0 for Veo, 1 tie. Test 5, Platform Availability and Limits. Get boxed in by a short max clip length, or locked out of a platform you can't reach from your phone. Either way, your whole workflow slows down, no matter how good the output looks. Kling 3.0 generates natively up to 15 seconds, at native 4K resolution, and up to 60 frames per second, and it runs on klingi.com, plus dedicated iOS and Android apps. Veo 3.1's base clip is still capped at 8 seconds. Getting past that limit takes real extra work most people never touch. Veo also lives inside the Gemini app, Google Flow, AI Pro, and Ultra, or Vertex AI, with no standalone native mobile app of its own. There is a real caveat on platform availability and limits worth naming before we score it. The final score comes out to 4 for Kling, 0 for Veo, 1 tie, but a scoreboard like that doesn't actually tell you which one to open tomorrow. Kling won on speed, price, consistency, and platform reach. Plus it generates longer clips natively without any workaround. That's a lot of wins. Veo held its ground on the cinematic look. It's no longer the only one with native audio, but its version of quality still reads more like something shot on a camera. That's the honest split. One tool that wins almost everywhere on paper, and one tool that still does one specific thing a little better. If the plan is a cheap, reliable daily driver with consistent characters and longer native clips, Kling is the call. There's no real debate there. If the work is dialogue-heavy, multi-character, and that cinema-grade color and motion blur matter enough to justify ultra-tier pricing, Veo 3.1 still earns its spot, especially for anyone already paying for the rest of the Google AI Ultra bundle anyway. The overall default pick here is Kling, and the reason is simple. It wins on price, speed, consistency, and platform reach at the same time. For most people making regular content, that combination matters more than a slightly more filmic look that only shows up in a side-by-side comparison. One thing the docs don't spell out is that Kling's headline $10 price only applies if you commit annually. Pay monthly, and it costs noticeably more. Free tier credits also reset daily without rolling over, so an unused day is simply gone. On Veo's side, that 8-second cap everyone quotes can stretch to 148 seconds. It only works through chained 7-second extensions in the API or frames-to-video workflow, not a button inside the regular consumer app. Sora 2 fell behind both of these on quality benchmarks by early this year, and that raises its own question worth answering. Check out the Sora 2 versus Kling 3.0 breakdown next. It settles whether Sora's sharper texture detail is worth trading away everything Kling just won here.